Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, with all the speculation and theories behind the death of Yo Gotti's brother and CMG founder Big Jook, I felt it was very important to point something out real quick that everyone seems to be turning a blind eye to. Now, as y'all know, Big Jook's life was taken at a repast of a man he considered his uncle that goes by the name of Eric Bovin, aka Las Vegas Eric, in Memphis, located on Winchester Road. Now, Yo Gotti and Big Jook would attend the funeral. However, Big Jook would be the only one out the two to go to the repast where he would end up losing his life. A close source to Yo Gotti would state that Gotti was supposed to go to the repast at first as well, but due to the weather conditions and the delay on flights coming up, Yo Gotti had to get on an early flight to Atlanta. However, Big Jook planned on staying in Memphis, so it was no rush for him to leave, which is why he attended the repast in the first place. Now, reports would state that Big Jook was tracked by suspects and targeted in the parking lot of the event center, and when he was spotted, a shootout would occur. Witnesses on the scene would state that it was a shootout, but MPD states that it was no sign of a shootout that occurred. We don't know what made MPD conclude that it wasn't a shootout. My only assumption is because they may have not found the shell casings giving the indication of a shootout, but when it comes to who to believe and who not to believe, I'd rather go with the witnesses that was actually on the scene. And those were the ones that said it was a shootout that occurred. Now, Big Jook was the only one that lost his life. However, he wasn't the only one that was shot in the process. A man who people are claiming is his bodyguard was also hit. I'm unsure of where, but he was escorted to the hospital in a private vehicle where he was listed in critical condition, but expected to survive. Now, I'm unsure if they both were targeted or not, but I found something very, very interesting that I realized after doing a little bit of investigation and finding out the Instagram page of the alleged man who was shot along with Jook. Now, here's a picture of Jook and Petey celebrating the birthday of Jook and Gotti's mom back in November of 2023. Now, aside from sources saying that Petey is the one that got shot with Jook, and whether he was his security or not, a quick search through his Instagram comments would show that 2 days ago, which was January 13th, the same day Big Jook's life was taken, would show that people took to his pictures on Instagram to wish him well and get better, followed by a prayer hand. Now, to be honest with you, from first glance, Petey don't look like a security guard, but knowing how some of these artists and people are, I know that they don't always hire professional security guards and sometimes employ their friends or family or someone from the hood for whatever reason. Sometimes it's because it's cheaper, or sometimes they just do it trying to show their love by giving their homeboys a job instead of always having to give them money for no apparent reason. So now that we confirmed that he knows Jook and may have been the alleged security guard that was also hit in the attack, I want y'all to pay attention to his last interesting post that was similar to Big Jook's last Instagram post as well. Both of their last posts consist of calling somebody a snake. We don't know who, but it's clear that something was going on behind the scenes, enough for these two to share a similar post on their Instagram accounts. Now, Big Jook would take to his Instagram and post a picture of himself 3 days ago, which is a day before he passed away, with a caption saying, quote, "They don't want to face you, they want to snake you. Stay alert to stay alive, watch your back at all times. Put snakes on the plate and eat great." Now, when you go to Petey's last post on his Instagram account, 4 days ago, which was 2 days before he was allegedly shot with Jook, he would post a picture of himself with the caption saying, quote, "You could be minding your business, staying out the way, and still seem to get bit by a snake. Bad things happen to good people. As long as you don't go outside. Keep quiet emoji, cover eye emoji, and zip lip emoji. Hashtag loyalty, hashtag death before dishonor, hashtag keep the grass cut, hashtag they gonna hate anyway, hashtag in a minute." Now, let me just say this, and this is just from my personal belief. I personally feel that someone may have snitched in a situation And that's what both of these guys were alluding to. Like I explained in the previous video, when you call someone a snake or say they slimed you out or did something snakish to you, you're not referring to your ops or your enemies. You're referring to getting snaked by someone close, whether it's family oriented or close friends, right? Somewhere along the lines is, in this situation, someone did something snakish, and judging from PD's caption, it may have something to do with someone telling, which is why he incorporated those emojis and hashtag. And with these two guys being the only two I've realized that posted something in regards to someone snaking someone out, what are the odds, or what's the coincidence that both of these guys would be the targeted ones in this attack? Now, something ain't adding up, and mind you, I'm not telling you guys what to believe. I'm just pointing out some things that may have went over a few people's heads. I personally believe there was some inner animosity going on within Jook's circle, which could have possibly led to his demise as well. And understand that what better way would it be to do something to Jook if you're close to him, because you know no matter what, all fingers will be pointed at Paper Route Empire anyway, right? So let me put this into perspective for y'all the way I see it. And once again, this is all from my own observation. I'm just bringing awareness to something that I found interesting. When you compare this situation to King Von's situation, you will find how common both scenarios are, where King Von was accusing someone of snitching before he passed away. He was caught up in a situation with someone, and as soon as Von died, all the blame was placed on him. Right? Do y'all see the similarities? Not to mention, we know for sure now that this was a premeditated hit, because the news showed us that the white Ford Explorer the suspects used had dark tints along with license plates that were removed. And in the previous video we did, I stated something isn't adding up, because let's say hypothetically this did come from PRE, right? How were these suspects able to travel a distance with no license plates? They were able to travel a good distance with no license plates, with dark tints. And where I'm from, you'll be lucky if you even made it so much as 5 to 10 blocks with no license plates and dark tints on your vehicle. So I know y'all love to say we're being conspiracy theorists, but this time I'm just pointing out some things I think the general public may have missed. Call it what you want, but where there's smoke, there's always fire. Now keep in mind, I always tell y'all that when you start seeing everyone on social media start trying to steer you into a direction with the narratives and point right, always look left. I'm not saying be different for no reason, but what I am saying is before you just follow the crowd and go right, look left. Because you just might have missed something very important that may have changed your way of thinking. And before we get out of here, I would just like to point something out real quick. A close Young Dolph affiliate that goes by the name of Paper Route Vicky will go on to let it be known as well that the world needs to stop pointing fingers at PRE, because everyone knows what's going on, and states that Jook was hit so Gotti could avoid jail time. And these are not my words, those are hers. In one story post on Instagram, she would say, quote, "When you whack your own blood to stop from going to jail is crazy." Then in another story post, she would repost a video of DC YouTuber Aunt Glizzy making the same claims of Jook's death being an inside job, where she would caption it saying, quote, "Like I said, it's crazy to smoke your own to escape the RICO. Money, power, respect, long live Dolph, and quit saying PRE. Entire Memphis know the truth, but I said it as soon as it happened." Then in another story post, she would repost a blog identifying the getaway vehicle. She would caption it saying, quote, "And stop saying PRE did it. Do y'all homework." And last but not least, she would have a message for y'all. Y'all check this out.
I want to hear no slide for Dolph. We slid for the world.
Now, once again, it's up to y'all discretion, but something definitely is going on behind the scenes. It's easy to point the fingers at PRE, but pay attention to everything going on. Once again, I'm not telling y'all what to believe. I'm not telling y'all that this is what happened and that we don't know. But there are a lot of key things that are going on that I feel are overlooked, and just pay attention because it's a distinctive pattern that keeps happening within that industry. Alright, so y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.